And so now we've heard from the point of view of a university. And so to get some perspective from students regarding online learning, we have with us Noor Hamimah Hairul Anuar. She is a third-year student at UTM studying science with education. Hi Hamimah, thanks for joining us this evening.
Hi Anand, thank you for having me.
Right, so let me start with this. Now, considering that there are no more face-to-face classes, are you getting enough from purely online lessons and courses?
Well, the happening of MCO pushed us to implement online classes, and the implementation is still very fresh and new. Well, in my opinion, we are not getting enough from online classes. I think in these past few months, where students were supposed to learn through online classes, instead of actually listening, we were more focused on adjusting and adapting to our time, including struggling to get internet coverage and to manage responsibilities at home.
Right, I see. Okay, now what about internships or lab work? How are you completing your practicals?
Well, speaking from my personal experience, I did my practical training as a teacher. So, of course, I had to conduct online classes with my students. I was highly encouraged to do live teaching and use Google Classroom with my students, but I chose to first stick with the more practical option by teaching my students through WhatsApp. Because I think we're all aware that not many students are privileged enough to have internet access and have smartphones or tablets. So most of them will need to borrow from their parents. Therefore, during the MCO period, I feel like we all need to be creative and considerate of others so that they won't be left behind. So what I did was I set a time with my students on WhatsApp and expected them to be online during that time. And then I gave exercises and quizzes to my students via Google Forms.
Right. Let me ask you about some of the challenges that you and other students are facing with online courses so far. How do you make sure that you aren't left behind in your course, for example?
Well, the biggest challenge, I believe, is internet coverage, because not all locations can offer the same coverage and the same coverage speed. Secondly, studying at home is not as convenient as it sounds. Yes, we can learn in the comfort of our own home, and it's flexible in time, but being at home requires us to assist in the household chores, and it becomes challenging to really focus on just studying, And I believe that what we need is just more time to get familiar and comfortable with these new changes. And to make sure I'm not left behind, I personally will contact my friends for help, and I will try my best not to miss any online classes and meetings that my lecturers conduct. And I will always try to have discussion afterwards. And since the change is still very new, and to all of us, I feel like we all need to work extra hard to adapt to it, because it's still very early to measure the effectiveness of online classes. But I believe that as time goes by and we get more familiar with it, I think online platforms can become one of the most effective education platforms, as it can cross borders all around the world.
Well, that was certainly very illuminating. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening, Hamimah, and of course for sharing your thoughts. Do stay safe.